Good morning and welcome to Pounds Hollow in the Shawnee National Forest in southern Illinois near the River to River Trail. This video is part of my tour of campgrounds in the Shawnee National Forest. My name is Peter, this is Shawnee Wandering, and today we're going to go check out Pine Ridge Campground. I have no idea what to expect, but the National Forest website pointed me here, so let's go check it out. All right, at the pay station, first thing I'll note is the beach access and the rest of this park and recreation area are closed for the season. They got the gates up. But campground, $10 a night for a site, and $5 with your senior gold age senior access pass. Pay here. But it looks much bigger than I anticipated. This has got quite a bit to it. So this may take a little longer than expected. Well, apparently this campground is not overly used. The first loop I've entered is closed right now. I thought maybe it's seasonally closed. Well, from the looks of it, this does not get open much. I mean, it has its picnic tables and its fire rings and lantern holders, but there's grass growing in the fire pits, or plants growing in the fire pits, so these were not open this year. Interestingly though, we got some ruins in here, so foot travel is available into this. I couldn't drive in, there's a gate closed, but there's some ruins of something that was here in the past within the campground. So you can still wander in, check it out. Let's go over, look at the loop that is open, at least the first loop that's open. So that noisy loop was 1 through 11. On Forest Road 534B, we get the next series of sites. These are all fairly small sites. Let's see here. I got 14, and you can see they do take good care of them. They are nicely raked out. Nice gravel pad, picnic table, lantern holder, fire ring, and not a lot of room. These are fairly small sites. 15 over here. I do not believe these are available on recreation.gov. I believe they're all first come, first serve. I don't see any reservation hint at these, so you come and pick the sites you like, but I want to give you a sense of how big they are so you know a sense of what kind of rig to bring in. You can see my van sitting here. It's taken up the whole site in 16. Room for a tent over here and just hangout space behind it, and that's about it. 17 across the way, a little slopier than that one, but obviously someone's taking good care of these spaces. Got 18 over here, again very small, just room for a car and tents behind. 19 over here, maybe a little room for a pop-up or a teardrop. Nothing big in here. Site 20, not very flat. It's very steep coming in, then levels off from the picnic table out. 21 over here, a little more room. You do have some room for something a little longer in there. 23, a little bit bigger. There's some room. We're almost like come in from two different directions, or maybe even a little pull through if you wanted, and quite a bit of room on the side too. So that one's got a little more space to play with. 24 over here. This one dips and slopes up before it levels off to a nice pad up with a fire ring and picnic table and lantern polar. 25 here. Nice simple site. Not huge, but not one of the tiniest ones. 26. This one's fairly large. You could get some sort of rig in here if you wanted, but it's a little tight to the fire pit. 27. Not a bad site. This one's got a little bit of length in here for a mid-size RV. Not too bad. All right, 28. Not huge and wide back there, but it's got some length to it. Directly across from 28 is 29. Still a compact little site. It's got a bit of a slope coming up. 30 is a nice level site. Nice little space there. 31 over here on the other side, on the inside. There's quite a bit of room on the left for like a nice big kitchen tent and things, because the fire ring is right behind that picnic table, so you're not going to get any trailers or anything in here. 32 right now. You can see back there, we're backed up to where my van is parked, and fairly long site here. Got 33 over here. Now this one's got the fire pit right in the middle of everything, so you figure out how to use it. 34 over here, nice and big. Well, for this place, it's not a huge campground, not big RV ones. Now the next ones seem a little different. It's not going through a gate, so that was finishing off a loop. I'm going to go back up to where mine came in and then come down and show you this loop. Now, what I haven't seen yet is any facilities, even a pit toilet. Got to be here somewhere. I think I see one way over there. Okay, my loop started up the road there and ended down there, and there's more beyond that, but between the two is this stretch here. 434C, Forest Road, and this appears to be the electric section. So it must be an out and back. I got 36 here, 48 over here. This is much bigger, room for a trailer, reason to have electric. And this section actually has vehicles in it here in mid-November, probably because it has electric and you can heat yourself. 36 or 37 there, 47 over here, 46 definitely longer, you know, the power box way back there. 45, 44 over here with a travel trailer. 38. This one's kind of interesting. It doesn't look like it's been cleaned in a while with the tent. At 39. 43, 40, 42 over here is a big one with a tent. 41, it's quite big back there. I see another camping symbol in the back here, so there might be some walk-ins. Nope, those are no camping signs back here, so that's the end of that loop. So I did not see anything on the registration about power being extra, so $10 a night for power. You really can't beat that. Okay, once again, my van is back over there with a loop that comes around over here. The powered section was over there, and now Got some extra sites here on the side of the main road here. I don't even know which site this is because the sign is down. Doesn't have a nail number on it. Anyway, oh look, 12 is over here. That's where my missing 12 is. That was off the end of that loop, but on this side of the gate. And now we're into weird numbers from there. 75. So I think total 75 sites here, although some are closed. This one's actually pretty darn long. 54 over here. So this is our next out and back. This is a smaller site. 74 over here on the left. Kind of wide space out there. And 55 over here. This one slopes down and in. Across on that, 73. Now this one's got a dip down and in, and then kind of slopes down over there. It's got some length, but it's got some whoop-de-doos. 72, again, quite the drainage ditch coming past here, so it's not an easy one to get into. You may need some high clearance to get through that, or your trail hitch is going to drag. 71 over here. Interesting, you can do something interesting across the front here, and then the trees, great for hammocks too, or stringing up your shelter. Now on the right side, it's been a big gap since the last site. So this is 56 over here, down and in. And tell you, these are beautifully raked or maybe blown to clear them out. And over here, we got 70, which slopes up again to get in there. Now, you may think you can put the picnic tables wherever you want, but they all have a big, heavy chain attaching it to a concrete anchor, so you can't move them much. 57 over here, kind of drops down in, but then there's a nice flat spot once you get in there. And across from that is 69. Big hunk of tree roots over here, nothing level. Your level spot's back over there. 68 over here is a nice wide flat site. 58 over here, which means we're down to the last 10 sites. This one's got a bit of a drop down and then a nice big flat site with a little stump sitting right there. I think you can see the dip coming in and out of this one. Makes it challenging for drainage at 67. 59 across from that. Nice site. This one's got a little bit of length. You can actually get something bigger in here, but we're out of the power zone. And a pit toilet. So in the 70-some sites, I've only seen 2 pit toilets. All right, I guess 65 is my next one. Slopes up and then levels off. Is actually quite long. 60 on my right. There's a bit of a drop off behind these sites down to the lake, I believe. Hey, and we're going into a loop. 61 on the loop is huge. It's probably one of the biggest ones I've seen, and I can see the trailer marks going straight back with a ton of room. Splitting the picnic table and the fire ring. 63 over here. Fairly large. Got 2 lantern poles over there. A lot of room over here to work with. Does that help? So right next to it is 64. Kind of a hump here. Not the flattest, but that is not what you can burn in a fire pit. Now, to help you understand what's in the area of the campground here. So this was the electric section. This was the other section that looked out on the ridge. Just down the road is Rimrock National Recreation Trail, which is this loop trail or straight through several outcroppings involved here, and a trail that almost makes it back to the recreation area. Now what I couldn't do was all of this road was closed, so I couldn't get down to that parking area, which is just across from the beach area. But you can hike in from here, and that looks like quite the hike. And it's a mile in. So this is what's in the area, giving you a good idea that there's a lot of terrain going on here. That is Pine Ridge Campground, and here I am on the ridge at the end of the campground. So way down in the end in the 60s is where you find that ridge. So that's all I got for you in this one. I can't go explore the rest of this area because it's all blocked off for now, seasonally. So thanks for coming along on this little trip. I have more of these coming up from the Shawnee National Forest, so please check back or check out the playlist that I'm going to be creating of the Shawnee National Forest campgrounds. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Get on out there and watch out for deer.